Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham D, and I am joined by Milo. Hi, Milo. Hi. And Baby as well, I suppose. well played. Well played. He knew his role and he acted like a boss. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. As mentioned, my name is Graham. This is Bib. This is Milo, and we are Ice Cream Uploads. And in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We're here on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, where we're going to be for the next hour or so, bringing you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. We'll then give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories, but we want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how the whole thing works. So please, if you are in the stream, do feel free to get involved. Why? Well, because we are live on Twitch, where we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. ish. It's 11:59. And we've been live for 11 minutes. So we went well into the 11s, which is right next to 10, which is the perfect-ish time. So 10 a.m.-ish each and every single weekday. But the live stream is turned into a podcast. It's a video on YouTube, and there's an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So there's lots of places where over 165,000 people have watched and listened to this podcast in a month. So please do feel free to get involved on behalf of those beautiful people. Before we jump into things, a couple of reminders. We did give a copy of COD away to Gagad. We're sorting that out. He'll get it soon. We tried to give an Astro headset away, but nobody... Oh, yeah, sorry, guys, because I've got COD in the brain. We did give a copy of COD away, to be fair, the other day to... someone. Can't remember who it was, but it's gone. We then gave a copy of FIFA to Gagad. We haven't given that, but we're sorting that. But we also are now giving an Astro headset away. We finally have a winner for our Astro headset. Shout out to Astro, !Astro in the chat for that. Salty Dog won a headset on Wednesday evening when we played some PUBG. Nice. So we're getting that sorted for him. Nice. Oh. Hi. You're looking around. Good boy. The fuck was that? Says Nietzsche. That was Lake's Finnish message. It said, I translated it, and it said Happy Friday to everyone. And then I realised that I could play the audio. So I thought, fuck it. Rather than me trying to butcher Lake's fine language, I thought rather than me doing the bad job, I'll let Google do the bad job instead. So Google did it for it. So that's what it was. Lake was saying Happy Friday. You uncultured swine.
Clean message.
Yeah, I checked first. It mentioned that you all smell like bum sweat. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, facts, to be fair, at certain times of the day. Goddamn. Welcome in, chappers. I'll read. How's tricks? Sorry, Marlon, I'm just having a drink. I wasn't teasing you there. He's like, oh, is that for... No, it's not for me. So...
No, it is not for you.
But yes, we do have a bunch of stories today. What are you chuckling at?
Fucking Nietzsche, it's like one of the greatest things ever.
Yeah, every time.
It always fucking tickles me, like proper tickles me.
I am disappointed though. I'm going to say no. He's disappointed though because it's 28. You've got to get the number right. It's 28. If you don't say 28, it's not finished. It's 28. It's Finnish. It's from Finland. Is it?
It's amazing. So good.
Oh, genius. 30 minutes and off from work. What are you doing this weekend, Lake? What's everyone else up to this weekend? Chapperson says not too bad. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm good, mate. I will not be around for games this weekend, though, apart from tonight. So I will be on tonight. Friday is the new Saturday. Well, for this week only, anyway. So I will be on stream tonight from around 7-ish. I'm not even going to do the 6:30-ish. I'm aiming for 6:30, but I'll just put 7. It's a bit more ballpark here for some PUBG. So yes, I will be around tonight. I won't be around tomorrow. And then I'll probably play some Modern Warfare bits over the weekend. Let's go, baby! Is your Sunday stream still on? Are you moving to a Saturday since it's free, or are you doing a bit of both? What we say?
No, at a Christmas photo shoot for the boy tomorrow morning. So, I mean, it kind of does leave it open the afternoon-ish. So I don't know whether or not I'd rather do tomorrow afternoon rather than Sunday morning. Not sure. But you know the deal, Graham.
Yeah.
The only way that you can find out is by following us on all of our social media accounts. Then you will be informed before we go live, not during us going live. Do you know what I mean?
Goddamn rights.
Prepare yourselves.
Have you cleared this with Lotus? It's FIFA World Cup pack opening night. I haven't cleared it with Lotus to the point where I asked him if he was about earlier on, I don't know if he's responded yet. I think he was playing games with Ham and Co. So he hasn't seen it yet. So he might be around. He might not be around. Nietzsche's around. Beans says he hopes to be around because Birmingham are playing Sunderland, and he hopes that he can be live on stream whilst Nietzsche's getting drubbed. Nietzsche said a similar sort of thing for Beans as well. So yeah, it's good to see. Good to see. Lovely banter. Lovely banter.
Yeah. I see that camaraderie. Wait, before you carry on, how many packs has everyone got ready to rip tonight? I've got six packs ready for 7 p.m. as per ads coming into the chat yesterday, coming into the Discord yesterday, and saying, "Hold on, claim your rewards, get them all untradeable, but keep them for 7 p.m. tonight when the promos go live." How many packs does everyone? Graham has 3.
It's looking. I've got 3. Nietzsche's got 6. He's got 84. Tito's got Anti Niemi. He's got 28.
Yeah, I've got 6. Yeah, my rewards. I just about scraped the 8 games required to get the divisional rewards. So I'm happy with the 6 that I've got. I haven't got 84. Have you just been doing SBC upgrades to be able to get like 2 players in a pack or something like that, or have you genuinely just bought like 84 packs worth of foot points or FIFA points or whatever they're called?
It says I've only got 11 or so, really.
Tito has 28.
Yeah. Tito's streaming tonight. We'll do that. Use that guest star function that's on Twitch now. We'll just loop Tito in. There we go. We'll get Tito in. He can open his packs. We'll share play into his console. We'll do all the heavy lifting for him. Job's a good one.
Yep. Job is a good one.
Easy dubs. I've got none because fuck foot. Gagad says I've got none yet. Well played. Well played. No foot rewards. Just a cheeky career mode player. Nice, sir. I have 39 grinded objectives. My record is 285 for Team of the Year. How many Team of the Years did you get out of that, Rick? Rake? Rake. Nice. It's because he's got 285. My brain's just like, he's going to be raking it in. That's it, just filling the gaps. 1? For 285, you got 1? Ooh. Is that... VVD, though. So, okay, I suppose... I mean, you're never getting rid of him unless you are selling him and then buying everything else you need, kind of thing, because he's like a forever keeper sort of jobby. I'm going to get Lotus to open them, guaranteed to pack 28 pellets. No, Lotus just works for EA. So yeah, it tells you that he's only opened a couple of packs. He's either preloaded them into the back end of his system, but they don't do that anymore. Wink, wink, wink. Yeah. Or he's just full on mega packed it and just, these are the ones these are the only ones I'll show you. He's got a full stash of like open envelopes from all the packets behind him on the floor. I know it's not actual packs these days, but you know, the visual metaphors there. Could I get Beans to open mine since he wins everything else?
Fair.
Get Gagad to do it.
Lotus to do it.
Get Gagad to do it. Lotus, Beans, you've got loads of options. Gagad's 2-time loot drop winner now. Beans, obviously, he had that spell where he won just absolutely everything. Seems like his bubble might have burst. So
if Gagad doesn't have 2-time loot drop winner in his Twitter bio by the end of today, he's not having his FIFA.
One thing I will say is I spent no money last year and did well from pack openings. This year I've bought points and my pack luck has been shite. Make of that what you will. My mates who haven't spent money have also done better than me. It's probability, mate. It's probability, mate. It's probability, mate. But do you know what? If I was spending money and having the same luck, I'd be coming to the same conclusions as well. It's just what it is. It is what it is. Oh,
well, I expect to see everybody's pack rippings being put into the Discord later on, so we can compare how shit they all were.
Yep, I'll keep my eyes out for it. For now, though, what we'll do is jump into some news stories. So we are going to talk a little bit. You'll keep hearing things popping up because I don't have my hands free because I have a dog on my arm, so I can't leave my hand. I'm trying to kill Slack and my WhatsApp and stuff. Slack's gone. What's
happening?
The annoying thing, do you know, I'm going to forget the news for a second. WhatsApp is shit because WhatsApp used to have a desktop app that you installed with an exe, or you could get it off of the Microsoft Store. The WhatsApp website now doesn't have the exe option. It has the Microsoft Store option only. And I don't want to use WhatsApp Web because fuck that shit. So anyway, I tried to use WhatsApp. I tried to download the exe file version the other day. I couldn't find it. The crap one that you get through Microsoft Store, you can actually kill. Even if you go into Task Manager and kill it, you just get like some weird bong noises like popping it kind of thing. That's not the traditional WhatsApp noises, so fuck that shit. Where do we go to? Pokemon on the agenda. We don't have Pokemon on the agenda, actually.
No, we don't. We don't. It's not out until next week, though, isn't it? It's not out until the 18th.
I did see a bunch of people talking about earlier on, but I didn't actually see what they were talking about. I just saw like the tail end of the thread kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see anyone talking about the game. It might just be people that I follow, but I think they released some new Pokemon cards today as well. Some hollows and shit, but I don't know.
Do you know what, actually, I think I do know what it is. Now I've said that. I said I didn't. Is it the anime? I think it is. Yeah, so basically, I knew... spoilers for anyone that is planning on watching Pokemon anime stuff. In the latest series of the Pokemon anime, Ash might actually be the very best that no one ever was. I mean, anyone that's watched Pokemon growing up, Ash usually loses everything. But I know that there was a new episode. It's Friday, isn't it? So it must have been like late last night, early this morning or something. The episode for the latest season was airing in Japan, and it was like pretty much Ash in the final of like, forget the Ultimate Four or whatever it was called. It was like all of the winners from like, he won the Alolan League a few seasons ago or something like that. So was invited to this like be the best of the best sort of Champions League of Pokemon. And he was like close to the finals. So I've not seen it though. I've not seen it. I don't know. I kind of want to know because it's probably going to be 27 years before I watch it. But I also kind of don't want to know because so
I think they'd ruin it.
Yeah. So
a loser.
I mean, what does it? Does he just disappear? Does he turn into like Castolo from old Master Leagues? Does he just come back as a manager then? He's won it all, so he comes back as a manager, and we get like Rash from Rallit Town or whatever is the new trainer or something.
He gets his own gym. That should be the story. I mean, how long has it been since it's been out? Like 31 years since Pokemon first aired or something? Like, maybe he should just be a new gym leader in Pallet Town. That should be his thing, because he should be like 50-year-old bloke now, right?
Pallet Town doesn't have a gym leader, does it? So yeah, he has to bugger off to go and find Brock or whoever's the first one. So yeah, that's it. Unless there is one in the animes and I can't remember. But there you go. Yeah. That's it. We've just Nintendo. If you want to invest in this script, then do feel free to reach out. Nice.
We would have to write it first, but
just use Opera GX as your browser. I was talking to Bibby about Opera the other day. Have you started using it, Bib?
Now.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's fucking annoying because the sidebar keeps on popping up, even though I say to get rid of it, and it said that it's brought all my passwords over, and it hasn't. But apart from that, it's smooth sailing. It's been great. It's really fast.
I'd seen it was a content creator. I can't remember which one it was. Someone that we've worked with was talking about browsers, and another content creator we'd worked with said, I actually did some sponsored stuff for Opera, but after my sponsored stuff had ended, I'm continuing to use Opera because it's badass, and also Chrome just eats all the fucking RAM.
Yeah.
But I've never used WhatsApp web app. Is it okay? Because is it crap? Because a lot of the stuff that works in the browser versions of apps are just a bit shit. Like there'll be small things missing, like that not everyone uses, but certain things like just being able to copy and paste stuff into or out of browsers. Sort of. I mean, not that as being the be all and end all, but there'll just be little things like that you can't do. Is it good? I'll just run it in browser. I mean, I do need to look at getting away from Chrome because fuck this shit.
Yeah, I am so fucking pale. It's unbelievable. Like a fucking ghost.
Look at the pale of this man. Forget the moth. Twitter profile duly updated. Someone want to grab Gagad's Twitter? I'll check it. We've got to verify.
Blue tick that man.
2-time ICU loot drop winner.
Love that.
Let's go. Nice. It's all leaked. They're binning Ash after this season. Okay. European Super League of Pokemon. Exactly. That's it. It's the ESL. That's what it is. Might as well be talking about sweaty, hairy men in spandex. I've blue screened. WhatsApp web app is fine. Nice. That's a GG. Exactly. The 2-time, not back to back. Love to see it. GG's Gagad. But for now, though, we are going to talk video game news. We did start a second ago, but got distracted by WhatsApp and Slack and all that stuff. But Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 Season 1 has been detailed, including the new DMZ mode, the Demilitarized Zone. For those that are like me, that keep forgetting. What does it mean again? I can't remember. Like 2 people over the last few days have been like, have you been playing? Are you going to play DMZ? I was like, I can't remember what it is, but probably. So we'll start off with that. We'll then talk about FIFA's new games after EA being a bit questionable. We'll then talk about sexy new controllers for your PS5. or Xbox if you're that way inclined, I suppose. Whatever, whatever. Saints Row's November update is a beast. And then we'll finish up with exclamation mark. Oh, fuck, the exclamation mark didn't work for some reason. We just got FF in the chat. Follow Friday.
Free game Friday.
Free Game Friday. We'll wrap up telling you what games you can bag for free from the Epic Games Store. For now, though, Mr. Bibb, you excited for a little bit of Modern Warfare 2, bit of Warzone 2?
I am, Graham. We've been through this a few times, and I can't wait to hear more for the rest of this article and explain more at the end of the article.
Nice. Well, Tom Ivan has the article at VGC. Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 Season 1 detailed, including new DMZ mode. Football stars Paul Pogba, Neymar, and Leo Messi will feature in the Modern Warfare FC event, obviously. Activision has detailed a range of content coming to Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 Season 1. Headlining the upcoming season of content are the latest iteration of its free-to-play Battle Royale experience, including Warzone's new extraction-based DMZ mode, reimagined multiplayer maps, a new Special Ops mission, the first 3-player raid, and a football-themed event. Modern Warfare 2's first season of live content will launch alongside Warzone 2 on November the 16th at 6 p.m. GMT. That's David's birthday, for anyone that wants to know, which is about 2.5 weeks before my birthday, just in case you didn't know that was the 3rd of December. Nice. Warzone 2's launch map is the city of Al Mazrah in the United Republic of Adal. It features 18 major points of... Oh, there we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank you very much, Esmond. Appreciate that. Didn't realise that was a command in chat. I forgot that was there completely, but there you go. Nice. Warzone 2's launch map is the city of Al Mazrah in the United Republic of Adal. It features 18 major points of interest, and players will be familiar with several locations. The maps Al Bagra Fortress, Embassy, Zarqwa Hydroelectric, Tarak, Sarif Bay, and Said are all subsections of Al Mazrah. Custom loadouts are returning for Warzone 2, while the game features a new backpack system for carrying items, which is fully integrated for DMZ and streamlined for Battle Royale modes. The new Gulag is a 2v2 environment where randomly paired duos are challenged with defeating their opponents to return to the Battle Royale. Opposing players can also team up to try and earn a second chance by killing a powerful AI jailer who will appear mid-match. Players can choose to take on AI combatants at Strongholds and Black Sites 2 for a chance to unlock their loadout in the early game. New Warzone 2 features include aquatic combat and a fuel mechanic. Waterways are navigable by boat or swimming. When submerged, only sidearms, melee weapons, throwing knives, and equipment can be used. Vehicles no longer offer unlimited fuel and must be refueled with either gas cans found around the map or at gas stations. Absolutely ripping off PUBG again, fuck's sake.
I was just about to say, yeah, we haven't seen this one before.
New vehicles include the heavy chopper, which can hover in the air without a pilot, and the all-electric GMC Hummer EV pickup truck. For the first time in Warzone history, the game will also introduce the third-person playlists during Season 1. Do you know what? There's a lot to go through. We can see the pictures of, Neymar, Pogba, and Messi in the game. For now, though, we'll end it there. Bib?
Yes.
Thoughts?
Yeah, so we've mentioned a few times about the new Warzone coming to light. Like, I haven't been a Warzone player. Like, it's my least favorite battle royale, and I don't play that many of them. So it needed to do something to try and bring me back in. I don't like the fact that they're going to have loadouts in the game. I don't feel that's battle royale. The whole point of battle royale should be the random roll of the dice. If you go into this room, you might find the attachments that you need. You might find some ammo that you need. You might not find anything at all. It might just be a completely empty room. If you land at a place where 30 other people are landing, there's only a certain amount of guns that are available there. It's first one to find one and then to try and take out the enemy. That's what Battle Royale is for me. You being able to call in your loadout just kind of takes that away from it because the randomness just disappears. So that's a massive X against it for me. However, I can't keep on giving shit to a game that I haven't played. So I will be fully invested in trying to get into Warzone. I'll probably play, I say fully invested. Fully invested for me is about 10 to 20 hours. If I don't like it after that, I ain't playing it again. However, the DMZ, Escape from Tarkov type game mode. That has my interest more than the actual Battle Royale does.
Let me just stop you right there, mate, and jump in. Activision builds DMZ as an open-world, narrative-focused extraction mode where operator squads have free reign to complete faction-based missions, take on additional side objectives, engage with enemy operators and AI combatants, and search for valuable items, all while fighting to survive toward exfiltration. There you go. For those that don't know what DMZ is, there you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
you were
that
saying?
has my interest way more than Warzone 2.0 does. Because it's something, I don't want to say it's something new because it's been done in a variety of games at this moment in time. But Call of Duty is stepping into that. Obviously, the Battlefield tried to do this type of thing, and I probably played it 4 or 5 times, but that wasn't through lack of trying, purely based on the amount of people who was playing it. It was a lot harder to be able to find games. However, I did see this morning that Battlefield 2042 is coming to Game Pass fairly soon too. So there's no excuses for no one to be able to jump in and at least try it and get in some games with me. But yeah, this does that. It fills me with a lot of confidence. I mean, we watched in the office yesterday someone playing it, and the AI just looked toilet. I like Escape from Tarkov. I've never played it. I've watched people stream it, but there isn't a difficulty setting, is there? It's literally just one difficulty setting,
Yeah.
and then that's what you're at. Yeah.
And
So
even the bots are like fucking like you. How can I put it? Some people will just get instantly rinsed by bots, but then if you obviously approach it well, you can usually take out the AI stuff. But if you get a couple of them in quick succession, you might get shit on, kind of thing, because obviously low time to kill and that sort of shit. But yeah.
Yeah, so that for me is a big plus. It means that I'm able to just go in, take my time with stuff, play with people that I want to play with, and not get frustrated by getting shit on constantly by other people. But yeah, that is a mode that I am more looking forward to than Warzone 2. We'll hear a lot more from the Warzone stuff because there's a lot of people on my timeline who pretty much main Warzone. So I'm interested to hear their thoughts and opinions from people who obviously play it all of the time, because it makes no sense for you guys to take my opinion on it when I hardly even play the game mode. So yeah,
I'm
looking forward to see more of this.
I'm a fan of Warzone. It's not my. I've said it a billion times, and I'll say it a billion more. It's not my favorite game for BR. Obviously, you can tell there's a bunch of PUBG shit right behind me. It's the PUBG. I don't know. It's something like that. So PUBG is obviously my game of choice, but I do play a bit of. I thought my phone was ringing. I was checking my pockets then to find where my phone was ringing. It was just the dog snoring, but he was vibrating. My phone's over there. So I was like, well, I can't find it, but it's just, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't mind Warzone. I actually quite like it. It's a decent change of pace. There's so much going on, though. And the fact that there's so much going on is what makes it a change of pace, because I find it almost like an attack on the senses, to the point where you've got helicopters, you've got fucking new helicopters that you don't even have to man anymore, like the heavy chopper, which can hover in the air without a pilot. You've got Hummers, EV pickup trucks, and all that sort of stuff. You can call in your loadout if you've got enough currency, or you had to previously. You can kill NPCs now to get your loadout in the game early on, and basically every fight you're coming into is 100 mile an hour, and everyone's usually kitted to the tits. Whereas in PUBG, you might come across an absolute god at the game, but they've just been shit on with loot, so you beat them. But then you come across someone that's an absolute noob, but he's sat in the corner with an SMG and he just laser beams you, kind of thing. I feel like there's different paces, so I like it as like a palate cleanser in that sort of sense. It does have so much going for it, though, that someone like a PUBG player like me enjoys. Like the fact that if there's a twig on the floor and you're driving a 4-wheel drive vehicle, you go over the twig rather than crashing into it and flying out of it. The map design looks phenomenal. The quality of the characters and stuff looks phenomenal. I mean, there is Neymar, Pogba, and Messi in game. I will be playing probably as something like Ghostface or John McClane or something like that, because I've got those skins on my Warzone account already. So I will be playing something else like that. But the fact that there is cool crossovers like that, where is it? Ads said something like, or was it Ads? Maybe it was someone else. I've lost it. Dead game, having to use footballers because it's shit. I mean, yeah, I completely agree. Just don't talk about Son Heung-min or Neymar who are in PUBG. Yeah, fuck those guys. I mean, Neymar is in both.
Straight out the textbook ads back pages that in it. Like that's you can literally just get rid of dead game to keep dead game and then use whatever
Anything
else
else?
tagline at the end of it. Yeah, yeah, classic.
So,
But yeah, I mean, you having variety, like, is the same thing being said at Halloween time when we always end up getting like the Scream mask, what's it called, Ghostface, and then we end up getting J- Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers and stuff like that. Like, yeah,
yeah.
so
See, I don't
it's
mind
just
that
a bit of
sort of stuff
customization.
because you can get Iron Man in Fortnite and stuff like that when the new Iron Man films come in. It's Star Wars Day, so we get Star Wars skins because it's seasonal variations. The World Cup, which applies to the world mostly, is happening this month. So we'll have a tie in there. We'll get some famous people in there, and it might not be for everyone. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. But some kids on the playground, even though they shouldn't be playing Warzone, will be playing Warzone all the way through December and will be watching the World Cup as well. So crossing those two is kind of like okay, winner, chicken dinner. I will literally, well, not winner, chicken dinner because that's PUBG, but I've taken Messi to victory. He went out on the group stages this time, but I've got him all the way to the final. He's got himself a victory, or what is it? I can't remember what the phrase is at the end of Warzone. It's been that long since I've played it, but I'm excited for it.
Is it victory?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think that's all it is, or something like that. I know, obviously, you get Victory Royale for. Oh no, was it just Champion? Oh no, that's Apex Legends or something. Yeah. Whatever it says, we know what we mean. It's not that important. In before Messi is Warzone 2's Odd Job. Just little tiny dude going through the vents with the chops. That's GoldenEye reference, by the way. We're not saying that Messi lives in vents or anything. I mean, he could do. He's got enough money if he wanted to. He could do what he wants. Whatever, mate. You never paid attention when I was watching The Next Generation then, because whenever it involved the Romulans, it almost always involved not crossing or sneaking across the DMZ. Correct. I didn't. I thought they did take out loadouts. I'm not happy as I thought as I bought the fucking Vault Edition. Do you know what? I actually thought the same thing, Tito. I thought they took out the loadouts too. Not a fan. And Talk Show says the same thing. Yeah, loadouts can do one. Nietzsche says loadouts fuck off, man. That's not a battle royale. And that is the thing for me. I agree. That is where it starts to drop off. I mean, I will give them some props. They have swimming in it now, which has never been in a Call of Duty game before. They have the ability to pilot ground and air vehicles, plus all of the other stuff that they've got going on. Yes, the game takes about 6 PS5s worth of SSDs to install it, but still, you get your 700 gigs worth because the game has so much going on, and it will run buttery once you're in game. Probably. I haven't tried it, but probably it will run very, very smoothly once you're in it. You've got to imagine. It usually does in a Call of Duty game. So there is a lot in there. They have improved things. They are adding new modes. There isn't just the Battle Royale. They are mixing things up. They are adding NPC elements. They are adding the demilitarized zone. And you might not like that, and I might not like that. But at least they're not just sitting on 100 players will drop into a map, or 150 in Warzone's case will drop into a map, and we will see who wins. And they are trying to push it forward. They are trying to take it to the next level. Because Call of Duty, the reason it's been so successful is because it doesn't just stick with what is winning. It advances and moves forward. So even though we might not like all of the changes, that is to keep the series progressing for the people that will actively fund that. So fair play to them. I'm not a fan of the idea of a 2-man gulag that has an AI boss in the middle of it and all 4 players can team up, take out the AI boss, and all 4 players can come back. That sounds shit to me. Gulag was beautiful because you get back to the absolute core of 1v1 me on Rust, mate. It's like 2 dudes in a shower with a pistol each. Boom, that's it. Fucking not... Like, even by the end of, like, Warzone, as it has been the last few months, you'll drop into the gulag, and it's a big fecky. You're pretty much on your own Call of Duty map now, not in a shower, and you're running around with SMGs and ARs and stuff. It's already lost its appeal for me, the gulag. So going to a 2v2 with potential rare AI boss things dropping in, I mean... I'm already not as excited about the gulag as I used to be. The gulag was a badge of honor. I went off and I brought myself back from the dead. Whereas now I went off and I teamed up with a random dude who I didn't know. And even that, you're opening yourself up for the scope of, I got fed an absolute pleb when there was basically Bibby and Graham on the other team. They shit all over me. I mean, obviously you're going to lose a gulag if you come up against Bibby and Graham in the gulag, but obviously.
You actually just mentioned something then that I completely overread, and I thought it meant something completely different. So the 2v2, I thought, okay, you paired up with someone, you can take out the other two, you both would then go your separate ways and jump back in again. The AI jailer who appears, I didn't realize that what it meant was you four could team up and try and take out the AI jailer. I thought the AI jailer would just be in the normal map, like when Darth Vader appears in Fortnite, and you
Yeah,
go and
it's
take
just
him out to
just
go and
an
get his.
NPC and you take his
Yeah,
loot shit.
and then you would then get the opportunity. It would just like go onto your HUD like extra life available, and you
Yeah.
just drop straight back in again. I thought that's what it meant, but what you're saying now, obviously, that is what it means. And
Yeah.
it completely flew over my head, that bit.
So for those, if you didn't hear that bit, so I'll read that paragraph. So the new Gulag is a 2v2 environment where randomly paired duos are challenged with defeating their opponents to return to the battle royale. So you plus a pleb versus two plebs. Let's go. However, opposing players can also team up to try and earn a second chance by killing a powerful AI jailer who will appear mid-match. Players can choose to take on... Oh, no, that goes on to something else. So yeah, basically all four plebs can go, fuck it, we'll all work together and we'll all come back.
How would you communicate in that, though?
That's the
Like,
thing,
would
though.
you just assume that everyone just jumps in there? Because, listen, there might be a jailer in the middle of that thing, but I'm taking you out. It's 2v2. It's much easier for me to go, okay, you're out, than all four of us, me second guessing, okay, do they want to team up?
Yeah, I mean,
Are we going to team up? Like, how do you even do
if
that?
you've got like proximity chat, it's easier, but on console that stuff's not going to happen. So then you've got to kind of hope for the gentleman sort of handshakes. Oh, is it?
I think it was on the asset that was in there. I remember seeing it going, that's fucking badass.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, maybe that's
new game features proximity chat.
That's cool. That's cool. So maybe it's that then. Maybe you can just shout it over. I mean, but is that new game features like? Is there a asterisk anywhere that says only on PC or something like that?
No, it just says new game features alongside circle collapse, aquatic combat, new buy stations, third person playlist, and interrogation.
But then you've got the other thing then. Like, is the AI jailer just a person? Or is he like fucking Juggernaut back from the old Modern Warfare days? And if that's the case, while Bibby's emptying his full clip into this AI jailer, you just go, fuck that, and just look over and shoot him down instead, kind of thing.
What would be infinitely better? If it was 5 people in the gulag rather than it being an AI jailer, and the fifth person would be the jailer. So you would then be in the big what was it called? The Juggernaut suit with the LMG, and it would be you against 4. That would be fucking sick.
So how does that person get back then? Do you then have to like kill all 4 of them, or do you just have to kill 2 of them, kind of thing?
Nah, all 4. But you would have the health advantage and the armor advantage.
Interesting. That's almost like having a Predator. What's the name? Hunting Grounds sort of like game mode kind of thing as your mid game sort of thing. See, I actually, I actually quite like that a bit more. I don't like so much the AI jailer, that separate mini game. It's not a separate. It's not a side mini game. It's a separate full tactical game, which just draws my attention away from the fact that if I'm in a squad with my mates, I'm having to go, okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to quit this chat so I can talk proximity chat with my random pleb and 2 other dudes, not you guys, so I can have my old drama and shit. And then we finally all jumped together. We lost my pleb, but the other 2 guys are still here, and we killed the jailer. So us 3 are coming back. Okay, let's go, boys. And then I jump back into the party just to find out that all my crew are dead anyway. I'm like, fuck's sake. Great. Well, okay, you go and enjoy your pleb mini battles or whatever. There's something there. It would be good for something for like a limited time game mode for me, but I would much rather go back to the original Black Ops Verdansk shower scene, drop the soap, and then pull out your pistols. Ooh, euphemisms for days, mate. I'd much rather have that. But anyway, let me jump back up. Let me catch up. I don't mind the idea of footballers being operators. It's not something for me, but more customization is fine. I agree, chappers. Fully agree. 4th fucking God of War ad. Just buy the fucking game. It's called Progress, old man. Get with the times. So traditional ads, innit? Ads are always with a balanced opinion. Insert popular game. Dead game, because it's shit. World Cup, I mean, at least it's consistent. I mean, you'd be complaining if ads suddenly wasn't like that. So, World Cup doesn't apply to Scotland, not for many years anyway. I mean, you're all supporting England, right? You all want to see England do bits. I was watching Jumbo Ash this morning, and one of his like regular subs is a Scottish guy, and just I was thinking, do you know what? Do I take Jumbo Ash as like banter forward, which I started doing there, but I'm going to give it up. But he was like full on going. I mean, you guys wouldn't be anything without us anyway, would you? You all know that. I was just like, just imagine the angry typing on the keyboard after that. I mean, so yeah, there you go. Anyway, they could have used a good player for a skin at least. What? Messi, Pogba, and Neymar? What? Can't wait to get Red Rum up front in foot next April. Red Rum? Okay, there we go. Skins get you now. And they're like, what? Thinking, is this some sort of footballer? I get it now. Okay, it wasn't Oddjob, the massive Chinese dude. Yes, absolute unit. Which fucking dog shit Celtic player is better than Messi? Don't you mean Nick back? big fan of Nick back. Oh, Nick Knack. Okay, there we go. Patrick Roberts, Abada and Jota. Messi's washed now. Heavy built, but 5'10". OP in gold 9007 because of his smaller hitbox. Yeah, exactly. Good joke. To be fair, they're both playing in Farms Leagues. Japan are winning the World Cup anyway. Mida will carry it. I couldn't tell you who that is. I know I've got a Japanese jersey, DAG8 special, on the way. Nice. What happened to Karamoka Dembele? He's shit now, he's left Celtic. Do you know what? We'll skip past the banner. I always feel inferior in the showers with my snub-nosed pistol. Going to be sound that when they double buff you. Golden Balls, the video game, if anyone remembers that. Golden Balls?
I remember the TV show.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that guy absolutely breaking it, and then they had to they quit the show pretty much straight afterwards. I remember being in the office and Toby Lee, rip, is ICU dead now. He's not really dead, just ICU dead. Toby Lee going, did you ever see that guy who just like broke the show and they killed it? I was like, no. He's like, no, genuinely, there was a guy that just broke the show and killed it, and like they figured out how to sort it, like to get past it all kind of thing. So they just kind of, we can't really do anything else now. So they quit the show. I was like, no. He's like, it might not be that reason why they've stopped making it, but yeah, I was like, anyway, sent me this video, and it's this guy basically just going, I am going to steal all your money. And then it's like, no, you're supposed to tell people that you're going to share it, you're going to split it. It's like, no, I'm genuinely taking all your money. I will give you half when we get out if you want, but I'm telling you that I am definitely taking your money. So your options are to steal from me and we both lose, split it and I get it all, and then I'll give you half afterwards. Obviously, you've got no guarantees that I'll give you half, but that's the only option you've got. So this other person was like, so if I go for split, you're going to go for steal and take the money away from me. He's like, yeah, definitely. So he's like, so my only option then is to go for split, give you all the money and hope you give me half. Yeah. Okay, so this person goes split going, well, I've lost it anyway, go on then, split. And then the other dude went split as well, so they both got half of the stuff. I was like, no way, what a fucking ballsy move. If you haven't watched it, look at it. It's absolute psychology mind games. It's fucking wonderful. Sounds a bit like when Lotus has a squad wipe on Saturday. I don't remember. All I know is Lotus just wipes all the squads, so I'm going to go yes. Okay, mate. Did we sky?
No,
did we sky?
Didn't.
Oh, okay.
Tito skied.
No. Do you know, I'm not going to say anything about the quality of Sky recently. Touch wood. I'm not going to say anything. Messi won't score all World Cup. There was a fact someone was talking about in the office the other day. I haven't verified this. Was it you that was talking about it? You and Adam, because Adam was fuming that you got there first. Yeah, I remember.
So you should be fucking quicker, mate. You know what I mean?
If Messi makes it to the final of the World Cup and plays in every game, he could win the World Cup final in his 1,000th game. Is that what it was? Something like that?
1,000th professional game, yeah.
Yeah. Imagine winning the World Cup at all, but in your 1,000th game.
Winning 1,000 games, that's an awful lot of matches.
That's what I meant, the TV show, but in a
yeah.
video game form with the double bluffs in the gulag. just boom, 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 gulag. You get dragged into this prison and then you get stuck at a table with two golden balls, one on each side. You've got to choose which one you want to go for. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Oh, that fucking philosophy thing. It was mad. I mean, it was fuming. Like ridiculous. I mean, knowing that you've been played, but to your benefit. Some guy played you to play into his hands, and all he was doing was putting himself into your hands. What the fuck? Genius. Anyway, we'll move ahead. From genius to, well, the exact opposite, really. Oh, no. Chris Scullion at VGC has the next story that says FIFA's first post EA games will be blockchain titles. 4 Web 3.0 games have been announced to coincide with the 2022 World Cup. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? It's still there. FIFA has announced that the first games to use its branding following the end of its long-term partnership with EA will be Web 3.0 blockchain titles. I'm so excited. 4 games will be released to coincide with the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. 4 games at the same period. Forget your opinion on blockchain, NFTs, or anything like that. Releasing 4 games for the same event at the same time is stupid. Starters, let me continue. I haven't read the rest of this article, so I mean there could be reasoning for that. But what I'm reacting to this as I go. So there we go. According to a press release by FIFA, gaming and esports are some of the fastest growing opportunities for FIFA as it continues to expand into new digital spaces, platforms, and games that are already welcoming football fans onto them. Stop again. So we're talking about opportunities for FIFA here. This is a press release that they've released. Not talking about wanting to engage fans, not talking about how we can interact with fans around the World Cup. Gaming and esports is an opportunity for FIFA. Oh, great, nice, okay. It adds the new gaming integrations, all of which are designed with Web 3.0 and the future of digital entertainment in mind, are playable around the tournament and each have a unique twist on the globe's biggest football tournament. I mean, it's the biggest football tournament in the world. It doesn't really need a unique twist. That's quite unique in its own, but okay. The first game is AI League, FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 edition, developed by Altered State Machine, which is a 4-on-4 casual football game played between AI-controlled characters with player input at fun and tactical moments. Nice. I don't really care. There's a metaverse game. There's Figgital. I don't know how to pronounce that. Figgital. Matchday Challenge is another one. I'm not going to read through it because I'm already put off. Thoughts, babe?
Yeah, they are just cashing. Like, the license is there now to be used on whatever they want. The thing is, I don't know how much. Then FIFA never would have got a kickback from all the mechanics in foot, would they? Or would they? So if EA Sports end up making £100 million in 3 months because it's got the name FIFA in there, they wouldn't have had a kickback. Because if they did, then this would make sense because they are trying to get as much possible, as much money now as possible to capitalize on everything. Now the partnership is ending because the money that they would have got from EA Sports is pretty much going to be disappearing. So it makes sense for them to go into this if you're into that kind of stuff, because it isn't something that I will be getting involved in. Therefore, they have lost my custom. Not that I spend money in FIFA anyway. But yeah, they're going to try their best to throw out as much shit, see what sticks on the wall, essentially.
Yeah, it's just, this is where you can tell the corporate suits have got involved and just gone, do you know what? 16 bajillion to keep FIFA on EA games. And they've gone, do you know what? Not bothered, mate. So they've gone, okay, we'll make the 16 bajillion elsewhere. We'll stick something in Roblox. We've got this AI League, the physical thing that's there, Matchday and Upland, whatever they all were. We can share the link to the article if you would like to go through this story. It's in the Discord, but we can prop it in the chat for anyone that is interested to read through it. I'm really not, because it's just honks, not of video games. We're having this conversation because of how it sits adjacent to a FIFA EA landscape, but it's not really video games. It is video games, but it's not. It's commercialism, it's capitalism. A lot of video games is commercial and capital, don't get me wrong. Some of the best games that you play will have been made to make a profit for a company as its primary option, but you will get to enjoy it as well, which is winner chicken dinner. Everyone wins a lot. That's a way for a lot of games, not all of them. But this just feels like it's, as it said, these are opportunities for FIFA. These are some of the fastest growing opportunities for FIFA. So they don't really care. And if they really cared about opportunities, they would have put all of their eggs into one perfectly selected basket. We have these 4 plus Roblox all doing FIFA stuff at the same time. So this is just throw as much shit as many baskets. So there's an eggs in your basket and throw shit at the wall reference in there for some way if you want to put it together. I kind of balls it, but you get the idea. They're just throwing it all and hoping something goes well for them. And I hope it doesn't. I hope it goes really bad so that they can realize that having one of the I mean, I'll use the word best, but obviously some people dislike EA and feel free to call it whatever you want. But having one of the best game developers in the world, or best established anyway, creating a game and thinking that they owe you, not that it's a mutual collaboration. Hopefully this capitulates a little bit and they realise that actually video games are a dominant force themselves and we shouldn't just have to bow down to you FIFA suits, mate.
Yeah,
Please.
I'd say saying they're 2K FIFA pending. 2K will not make a football game, and if they do, they will not partner with FIFA.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, we've said this many times. The fact that FIFA is on the table now, and it will, if you are a video game company, and you wanted to try and create a footballing video game, you would obviously be relying on parents who may not know that much about games for the child to go, okay, I want FIFA this year. They go in and it's an indie game that's just got the FIFA title on it now, not the actual EA Sports game. That's the only way that it would be different. Like, there is no way this FIFA logo will replicate the success. It doesn't mean success because EA have put the foundations in place. You can put that FIFA name on any other football game and it won't have the success that FIFA's had in terms of money coming through their front door. It's just not going to happen.
Sorry, I've just been distracted by Chappers' angry emote. That's a quality emote, Chappers. I'm sure they'll be high quality and player centric, says Tito. I don't believe Tito is being sincere there. Tito is being tinsere. I don't believe Tito is being sincere there. I don't believe he believes that they will be high quality and player centric at all. 3 of them are just NFT sticker books. That sounds shit. Blockchain, they sound as exciting as a block toilet. How are they releasing them? Won't be able to put them on Steam or the Microsoft Store. Just Origin, says Tito. Looks like they're mobile games, Tito, so app stores. No, definitely high quality games then. 2K FIFA pending, which is where ads got to, and Bibby obviously made that comment before. I agree with Bib. I don't believe 2K would make a FIFA game. There's someone made a comment in the chat about 2K. Where was it? There we go. Chappers. They want to make their sim game in-house, not with an external company. That's what they've said a few times since their EA deal fell apart. So that's 2K out. Best copy-paste users in the world. I do not believe FIFA, licensed or not, has any bearing on the type of game EA produce. They're pumping out bare minimum yearly iterations. No innovation, no quality control. It is what it is. Actual manager mode is nice now, as EA added loads of old FIFA songs in the game. So jumping back to this, I don't believe 2K... jump back to the angle before. I don't believe 2K would make a FIFA game because 2K have said they want to do their own stuff. FIFA want to charge an absolute wedge. And we've said it from a developmental point of view, it will take 5 years of multi-million investment to get to a point where you can compete with the likes of FIFA and eFootball like that. So 2K they will be well aware of that because they're already doing that with the likes of NBA and so on. So they will understand that they would be effectively signing up to lose money for years before they make money, which is a big risk. So I imagine something like 2K potentially wouldn't do it. I think you're more likely to see the disruptors, the upstarts like a UFL and like Gold's Game coming in and taking the FIFA license. Because I can imagine FIFA going, oh, it's all right, mate, we've got AI League, Figtal, Matchday and Upland and Roblox carrying football games through the winter. Yeah. And then when no one's playing any of those through the winter, FIFA are suddenly going, oh, fuck, do you know that 16 billion that we wanted? Maybe we should just take a couple of million to start things off again. And that's when you'll see a Golds or a UFL, even an eFootball. I think you're more likely to see a partnership of that stance there. But while they want billions for their license, very few, if any, brands will be able to come in and carry that mantle. So they'll need to do something there. The Ultimate soundtrack has made career mode a dream to play, though. So is that what it is? I did see Jumbo Ash. Shout out to Jumbo Ash, by the way. Definitely worth a watch. I check him out most mornings. I did see Jumbo Ash talking playlist and stuff the other day. And I thought he was talking about Spotify because I wasn't really listening. I was between calls and stuff. It was actually when we went to Old Trafford the other day, so I bailed out through as well. So I thought he was talking about Spotify. I didn't realize it's all in game. That's cool because soundtracks make games, and something like a FIFA, even as a not really a FIFA player like me. I mean, I used to play a lot years ago when I had more time on my hands, kind of thingy. But soundtracks stick with you, be it FIFA, be it PES, be it Pro Evo, eFootball, wherever. The songs live on forever with you, like it or not. You'll be sat there and you'll hear just a song on an advert. You're like, oh, that's an oldie football track. That's a PES track. Oh, PES 2012, that bad boy. Let's go, baby. So, yeah, nice. Big fan. In before Ubisoft FIFA, Kappa. Do you know, Ubisoft is probably the kind of company I could see going for it because they've made all sorts of stupid money decisions over the last few years. But although they do seem to be scaling back to build properly, so maybe not. Maybe not. Square Enix FIFA 25. So it's added in like 25 to 30 songs to the game that you can enable them, but they're iconic tracks throughout FIFA's history. If it doesn't have a Levine complicated, then raging mate. Jerk It Out, Helicopter, Song 2. Ooh. What about Funk Soul Brother? What's it called? Rockefeller Skank by Fatboy Slim. Has it got that in it? Shine a Light on Top of the World, Teddy Bears. Frankly, it's a W edition. Nice. I will always associate Jerk It Out with LMA Manager. Bibby in the Office. Rockefeller Skank in there. Oh, nice. Tracks. Memories. Do you know what? Forget about memories. Let's talk about the future of video games. Or the way you play them anyway. This is a bit written by LIANG at The Gamer. It says, Razer has a new $250 PS5 controller. The Wolverine V2 Pro costs more than a DualSense Edge and features a different stick layout. So Razer has announced a new controller for the PS5. The Wolverine V2 Pro is a customizable wireless controller for Sony's current gen console that also supports PCs. And if you like the look of the thing, be prepared to stump up because it's not cheap. The Wolverine V2 Pro is available to pre-order for $249.99, which means the Razer controller is 50 quid more than Sony's DualSense Edge that's slated to release in early 2023. So what's special about this particular controller? Well, for one, it seems to adopt the form factor of the Xbox controller somewhat, as it has a similar diagonal positioning for the analog sticks. Some players might prefer the ergonomics of Xbox controllers to the PlayStation's. In addition, Razer's offering will include 6 remappable buttons, including 4 back paddles and 2 near each side's shoulder buttons. There are 2 additional analog stick caps that can be swapped out magnetically. One of these is convex and shorter, while the other is taller and concave. Users will need to connect the controller via, we don't know about connections. Mecha tactile switches. It means the buttons tend to press more how a mouse click feels rather than your typical membrane buttons. There's an 8-way D-pad. Officially licensed PlayStation controller, and it uses Chroma RGB on it too. Okay, well, that's it. I'm sold. An RGB controller. Woo! Bib. Yes. Razer, Wolverine V2 Pro, RGB, Xbox-ish PS5 controller. Thoughts?
It's an expensive controller, Graham, but I am fairly certain there's one that interests me much more in the next article.
Interesting. Let's jump straight into the very next article then, which is this from Scuff. The Scuff Reflex Dr. Disrespect. So the last piece of your arsenal: 4 removable, remappable rear paddles, 3 onboard profiles, instant triggers, interchangeable thumbsticks, vibration modules removed, and non-slip performance script. The Scuff Reflex FPS gives you the ultimate competitive advantage. So that is the spiel for the Reflex FPS, which is the top spec Scuff controller. There is the Reflex Pro, which is basically the similar sort of thing, but it has the rumbly stuff in it. So you're interested in a Reflex over a Razer Wolverine V2 Pro?
Absolutely. I mean, if I had the money there ready to go.
I need to stop you.
Go on.
So you said absolutely. Let me ask that again. Are you interested in the functions, the remappable paddles, the buttons and the sticks? Or are you interested in the fact that this controller has the violence, the speed, and the momentum of the 2-time back-to-back 6'8", 38-inch vertical? You know what I'm saying? Dr. Disrespect skin.
70-yard throw. Yes, that's the one that interests me more. I mean, just that for me, a good old DualShock controller, no paddles on the back. I don't think I'd ever use the panels. I don't think the remappable buttons would interest me whatsoever. I just want a good looking controller. And if I had the choice between them, then I'd want the one that's got the dock on it. Like, that's functionally, it'd be nice to have all the stuff. But I've never used a controller that's had that before. I mean, I've held your Scuff controller, and I just didn't think it was that comfortable. I don't think I could get used to the paddles being on the back because I'd accidentally start pressing them. Like, it's just, for me, I don't think I would ever use it to its absolute max. So
That actually
just
warps my
having
mind that so this is my Scuff controller for those that haven't seen it before. This is a Scuff Impact, and I think it's well comfy. It's kind of it's basically it's a PS4 controller rather than a PS5 controller, but it has a little bit more girth on it. So it's kind of almost like Xboxy sort of shape to it, and I feel it's kind of like magical middle ground. It's got some of the stuff that makes the Xbox's form factor like that appeals to Xbox controller players, but it also has some of the shape for PlayStation controllers. So I actually really like the shape of mine. So
I genuinely like the best controller that I've held over maybe the last 5 years is still the Google Stadia one. That was the perfect weight, perfect ergonomics for the hand. The buttons were all fantastic. Like the buttons, like the X and circle buttons, and these are shit. They've perished after about 4 or 5 months of constant use. I just haven't gone to replace it yet. It's shit. I haven't got stick drift, but the buttons just they don't feel as nice as they did when I first got the controller. But the best controller I've used was the Google Stadia one, and unfortunately, Google Stadia doesn't exist anymore.
see, this is where I
It
mean,
won't do in January.
I agree with you. I like the look of the Wolverine V2 Pro, the Razer one. It's white, which would fit my setup. It has RGB, which would fit my setup. So in that sense, okay, big dubs, big fan of this. But like you're instantly jarring people when you're playing with a PlayStation controller with an Xbox setup. So you don't have the 2 analog sticks at the bottom. You've got one moved up to where the D-pad is and so on, which is where this comes in for me. And I hope Astro haven't given up. I don't know this, by the way. We are Astro partners, but we don't know anything about this at all. So I could say this quite openly and honestly. I hope Astro come back to this. I don't know whether this has been done or they're coming back to it. They will make a revisit, but they've got the A40 headset, but then there's the C40 controller, which is Astro's version of an esports controller. So as you can see, triggers, weird stuff going on the website now. I don't know if it's happening for you. It's not happening on my previous screen. Anyway, I've got all sorts of like mouse blur on my screen, but it's got remappable buttons on the back. It's got triggers. But I see if I can find an image of it on here. There you go. This is it. You can change the way the controller works. So if you wanted D-pad up top and analog stick at the bottom, fine. But if you want it the other way around, you can swap them around on the C40 controller. So I'm a big fan of that. It's just a PS4 controller, as it says on the side of the screen there, not a PS5 controller. So I can play that with PUBG, but I wouldn't be able to play that in Fortnite or Warzone or God of War and that sort of stuff. Yeah. So
that sucks. But I can't believe we're 2 years in and we haven't really got that much third-party support yet. That's the thing that baffles me. You would have thought by now we would have more third party support with controllers. Like remember the PS2 days? There were a dime a dozen, weren't there? Like, all these Mad Cats ones
and stuff
yeah. There was you could pick one up for £10, you could pick one up for £50 and up. But nowadays you don't really have that much option.
I think it's because
they don't have the technology for it.
Yeah, I think it's because it's big market stuff now. Like you used to be able to buy them for 5 to 15 quid back in the day, and it'd be 25 quid for your proper SNES controller, 15 quid for the Mad Catz one, kind of thing. Whereas now, when it's 250 quid, you're looking at console costs to buy a controller these days. 250 quid was the Razer one. It was 260 for the top spec Scuff one. I think it's like 219, 230 and 260 or something for the Scuff ones. 220, 250-ish for the PlayStation ones. So, and that's because they need to be wireless. They need to have obviously Bluetooth connectivity and all of the jazz, the rumble mechanics or not, if they've had them taken out, all that stuff put in there, the ability to be updated wirelessly and or plugged in, like to have, so they need storage within them to save the updates and all that shit. So
you have that with the Xbox, though, don't they? Because West is like one of the biggest ambassadors for the Power A controllers and stuff. Like he loves that stuff. He'll promote it at any given opportunity. But we just don't seem to have that on the PlayStation side. Like there isn't anyone going out of their way to make new console stuff.
I have seen conversations on that in terms of like Xbox are more open with like allowing people to make controllers for their setup. I've seen people say that, but I don't know. Maybe I could be ballsing that up. Maybe it's PlayStation are more open and Xbox aren't. But maybe that's because Xbox have had their own sort of like their elite setup up until now. PlayStation haven't had that. They've got the Nakon Revolution. They've got the Razer Raiju as their official sexy controllers. Now they actually have the DualSense Edge, their own stuff. So maybe that's what it was. But let me jump back into the chat and see what people are saying. It's basically a Razer Raiju, but for PS5. Yeah, exactly. The Razer Wolverine, it is nice. Don't get me wrong. It does look nice to look at. This thing on my desk would definitely be at home with the RGB, with the white and black color scheme. I just don't like these, like this bajillion buttons. Like it looks, and sorry if Mad Cat still exists, or Mad Cat's, whatever it's called, it looks like a Mad Cat's controller. In that sort of sense. Once you get past the cool white and the RGB, but then you actually look at the details, it's just like, there's a lot going on there, and it's not necessarily sexy polished. And then these buttons, look at the size of those buttons up here. They look like someone's just stuck Smarties or M&Ms on top of the top. Like what? Skittles. That's what it is, plain white Skittles. When you get those Skittles, like where the Pride bags of Skittles where they were all white with just like, it looks like someone stuck Skittles on top of the controller. When I break
it's fashion over function, it's function over fashion for me nowadays though. Like if the ergonomics are off on that controller, then I don't care if it's £50, don't care if it's £20, don't care if it's £250. I ain't buying it. Like the controller has to feel good in my hands for me to be able to do it. I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I didn't end up going with the Xbox One way back in the day, because the controller just felt compared to the
felt what, sorry?
It felt a bit compared to the PlayStation 4 controller, which I've got my Series S one here, Series S one now, and I've kind of become accustomed to it. But if there's one controller that I want to keep on going back to, this one plugged into my PC. The classic Xbox 360 controller with matching Manchester City sticker on the front of it.
Oh, I mean, do you know what the worst thing about that controller for me is? Not even the City stuff on it. No, it's not. It's like, it's the coloured buttons. Like that. It just reminds me of like I know it's retro and old school stuff, but like it's not timeless design. Like on that, I mean, it works well on a SNES, but because they've got like that sort of glassy sort of transparent, but it just looks like okay, it's like walking around in a shell suit. It's got its own style to it, and it's not necessarily one that you'd like. If anyone's wearing a shell suit today and looking at Nietzsche, then enjoy. Nice. We'll catch up then. Fool's Gold didn't make it, pal. Probably because Ian Brown's a cunt. They're not getting involved. How very Xbox-esque, says Tito. Exactly, mate. I'm not interested in PS5 controls unless Power Rail release one at a reasonable price. I mean, I am interested in the Scuff Reflex. I do like using my Scuff controller. It is very close to being dead. I mean, you can see that there's some peeling going on the edge, like the plastic coating thing. It's been well used for years, so I'm due for another one, but I just don't want to spend 200 on a controller. Sorry, am I whispering, dog? Am I putting you off? Sorry. Good morning, fellas. Demos, welcome in, dude. We don't need this Xbox fake controller on the best next-gen platform. Sorry, mate. I could travel a weekend with that money in some cheap European country. And that's the thing. And that's where we get down to. It's the same thing with cars and stuff. Like, cars are expensive as fuck these days because of all of the expensive electrical gubbins that could go wrong. And that's what happens with controllers. Controllers do go wrong more than they used to do a million years ago because there's more in it to go wrong. But that more in it is what makes it magical, but also what makes it expensive. So it's kind of like double-edged sword. Kinnell, Razer are mad spenny. Always have been, says Chappers. If anyone doesn't know that, we can get Chappers subtitles turned on in the stream for anyone if you're interested, by the way. Nice. Batteries sold separately. There's a man on a banana boat. Xbox controller equals best controller. Do you know, I actually don't have a horse in that race. I actually like both of them, and for different periods, I would have agreed different ways. I really like the DualSense 5, but I didn't realise there was issues with it until Xbox players came over, and then there's these really small buttons for options, but then there's like a 27-foot long trackpad kind of thing in the middle. I was like, do you know what? I didn't even realise. Yeah, that's a good point. So it's not perfect, but I actually really love the form factor, the feel of the controller itself. 260 quid, go fuck yourself. Or 50 thieves. In case of both, typical overpriced MLG tap, as per usual for Scuff and Razer. You're paying premium. It's the Apple tax, but not from Apple. I use a PS5 controller on PC just fine. I like the Xbox controller a lot though. Just can't be asked to swap batteries out. But my controller seems to die quickly. 8 hours total battery life, it feels like. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's arguments for and against. I mean, I've got an old Venom battery pack for my Xbox Venom controller. But I had to buy that separately. So the cheaper controller now costs me more than my PlayStation controller. It's not that cheap then, really, is it? And I have to plug it in separately. And I can plug my controller in, or my battery, and it blah, 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 blah. Just, whereas my PlayStation one, you get one price and it charges. Job's good and nice. So I do feel like rechargeable is better than just throwing batteries away, if we're talking recycling and that. But that's me. I understand if your battery dies in your controller, people will have issues with that. But I have, and I will still say this, hand on heart, have never had a rechargeable controller on any PlayStation console that has died permanently. I mean, probably back PS2 3 days, I've probably got to, 3 days, got to a point where my controller battery didn't last as long, but I've never got to a point where my controller has never turned on or anything like that. So it's always been fine. Whatever my first controller was for that generation was still around as one of my controllers at the end of that generation. So yeah, other people though have probably had different. I would buy two. I would, but 2 days isn't all that long of a lifespan. Better though. Thrustmaster Xbox PS4 controller is really good, and you can mod it. You can use an Xbox controller wired still, right? It's not ideal. They don't come with the cable by default like the PS5 ones do. You can use Xbox wired. You can still use like 360 stuff wired. I remember we had to buy some 360 controllers for something recently for work. I say recently, it's probably like a year and a half ago. But yeah, anyway, moving on. A Mad Cat even still operating? I thought the Guitar Hero Rock Band days bankrupted. I mean, they could have done. I don't know. I'm glad there are less third-party controllers because all of those things were shite. And when it came to co-op with your mates, no one wanted the Mad Catz one. It was the Skoda of controllers. Apart from Skoda, Skoda are decent these days, though. So that's the thing. Fuck you, Top Gear, bringing Skoda back. 250 quid for a controller. You can buy an Xbox Series S for that. Does the Scuff use Hall effect joysticks, because that would eliminate stick drift altogether, seeing as there's no contacted parts because it uses magnetic fields to generate the output? Don't know. I mean, not on mine because mine's had stick drift, so I don't think so. There is no chance of ever buying an expensive controller like that. They don't last long enough thanks to FIFA. Think they'll drop a haptic feedback chainsaw when Resident Evil 4 is out? Nice, I hope so. Bibby's all over that. It's like, where's Bibby? He's not starting the stream. Stream's delayed because he can't get his chainsaw running. Bibby's just in his bedroom.
Bedroom stinks of diesel.
You couldn't class yourself as a pro unless you pulled a 360 no-scope with a Mad Catz controller on COD 4. Yeah, when you got absolute blood dripping off your fingers because the controller buttons all had sharp edges, so when you flipped from one button to the other, it just slashed your finger. I bet that controller will be an arthritis machine by the 3rd month of usage, that Razer one. Do you know, I'm not sure. I think looking at it, it looks kind of Google Stadia-esque with its shape, like a little bit Xbox-y, a little bit rounded, and that feels quite nice to use. Although that said, I didn't use the Stadia one for 3 months solid because there was only about 20 minutes playtime in Stadia, so you could be right. I don't know. I picked up a Nakon controller that was a dream for about 6 months because that cost me 25 quid. That's the one that's classed for ergonomics. So we gave away some Nakon controllers, Revolution Pro or something it was, we gave away, and they were decent, to be fair, but we didn't get samples, so we fondled and then let it go. That's what she said. My white Series S controller is yellow from the sweat. Note to self, do not play on NX's controllers. Nice. Disgusting. What's a shell suit? Best controller for a PC? Might have to invest in one. The cheapest one. That's probably the best one. Mad Catz sell steel toe cap boots now. What? Whoa! Dog's just fallen asleep and nearly fell off my lap. Oh no, you silly sausage! Quite literally. Hello. Good boy. Okay, let's move ahead. So we've seen all of the news stories. We are going to shelve one. We're gonna shelve a story about Saints Row. We'll come back to that. Saints Row has a big update for November. We will talk about that next week because we have spent quite a good chunk of time. So now we're just going to jump straight into. Do we have the guitar on hand? What we're doing, baby?
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
Got a live concert. For those of you that have been trying to book tickets to whatever your favourite musical act, maybe you wanted to go see Peter Kay on tour and stuff, and you've missed out on the tickets for that. Well, don't worry, because we have a site that is to behold, a sound that is to be heard. Is that we'll go that nice?
Desired.
Nice.
Move the mic closer just in case.
Beautiful.
For those of you in the back, I'll bring it closer.
So every week, we consult, it's usually Morgan Pack and the crew at PC Gamer, for a segment that tells you what you can get for free. Today is Friday, and this segment, over to Bib, we call...
It's been a long old morning here in Manchester. The weather is shit, really, really shit. But you're about to find out what you're getting this weekend on your Epic Game Store, cause it's free game Friday. Oh my god, we're getting a raid. Free game Friday. Free game Friday.
Just as you got to the free game, we got the big old raid drop in from Insert Coin. Thank you very much for that.
Friday.
Nice. For those of you that are wondering what's going on, why is this man wonderwalling it like he's had a few too many beers at a party? Well, we are recording our podcast. We do a daily podcast called The Scoop. We go through all of the breaking stories in the world of video games. And we finish up every week with Free Game Friday. We let you know what games are free. And it usually basically is us telling you what's free on the Epic Game Store. Because if you don't know, the Epic Game Store gives you a free game every week. And, you know, because we're Twitch people and weird stuff happens on Twitch, we decided one day that Bibby can play a jingle on a guitar, which is what !FF was. Anyway, we decided to give you a live rendition of that, and you guys came in halfway through. That wasn't awkward at all.
Hi, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. So how was the stream? How was the stream? For those that don't know, by the way, do go check out Official Insert Coin, not only because we stream over there, but because there's a new team on Insert Coin on a Fridays now. It previously was Dan and Chris, but Chris wasn't up to scratch, so they yeeted him off, you know.
Oh.
No, that's not what happened, really. Chris is good people. We like Chris. Chris has left us, and Chris has been replaced by Alex. So, yeah, do feel free to go and check them out. New people. Just go say hi. Yeah, I'm assuming most of you that are in here will have done that already, but if you haven't, do it, because we stream over there as well. So nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the raid, Insert Coiny people. What were we doing? Were we just first stream? Alex? You mean Steve? Alan? Steve. What were we playing? Anything new? Do we announce any new merch today? By the way, do check out Insert Coin as well if you like video game merch, because not only is it the best merch in the world, but if you check their streams out, you get the first looks at their new ranges on there. So do drop over there. Anyway, for now, we were obviously in the middle of a gig that got cancelled, unfortunately. Bibby was prepping, !Free Game Friday. Have you seen what this week's free game is, Bib?
I have, and I've downloaded them. There's two.
Nice. I haven't checked them out, so this is new for me. Morgan Park at PC Gamer has the story. So Epic Games Store free games right now. So from November the 10th, which was yesterday, to November the 17th, which is next Thursday, around 4 p.m. it usually finishes up, we have 2 games. So I'll leave the titles now. I'll just jump straight into the paragraph. It says, our first freebie from Epic this week is a laid-back wildlife collectathon. In Alba, you'll spend a childhood summer exploring a Mediterranean island, cataloguing its wildlife as you recruit volunteers to help restore and protect its ailing ecosystem. If you're in a more combative mood, the other game up for grabs this week is Shadow Tactics Blade of the Shogun, the acclaimed 2016 stealth tactics game. Wield a diverse team of deadly specialists to complete your missions with lethal efficiency, or plan a perfect infiltration and escape unseen. So from November the 10th to the 17th of November, Alba, a wildlife adventure, and Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun are free. And then for next week, Dark Deity and Evil Dead, the game. Ooh, left me the ball. You've already got them installed, Bib?
Yes, I have. As soon as when I find the article to obviously put into this, I'd just go ahead and get over there and give it a down. Well, add them to my library, not necessarily give them a download, because sometimes I might be a bit low at toilet. But yeah, they have They have now entered my library.
I will definitely 100% remember to download them straight after the stream, because that's what I always do, and we don't drop a raid on someone else, and I don't get distracted by going, hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you have a good day. We've got to run away after the stream, and then completely forget and shut it down, and then fuck.
Never happens.
Yeah. By the way, anyone coming over from Insert Coin, this is Milo. If you're wondering why my hands are moving down here, I'm not a Bond villain. He's good people. Yes, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. But that's it from us. We are done. A quick recap. If you are dropping in here thinking, do you know what? I actually would like to see a little bit of video game news. I'm out of the loop today. I've not caught. Well, we have spoken a fair few stories. We've spoken about Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 Season 1. Details have been released. We went through all of that stuff, including the new DMZ, Demilitarized Zone mode. We spoke about new skins. If you're a football fan, Paul Pogba, Neymar, and Lionel Messi are all available in the game as skins. So you think it's World Cup's on, but I want to play some COD? Well, you can take it with you. It's fine. We then spoke about FIFA, as in the Football Federation, rather than the game, making its first game since parting with EA and then being NFT disasters. Not very good. Razer's new controller, which might be good. Scuff's new Dr. Disrespect controller, which might be good. Both are expensive. And then we obviously give you your free game Friday wrap-up from the Epic Game Store. Nice. For now, though, we are going to disappear. We appreciate everyone that has stuck around for the next hour and a half-ish. Appreciate you all very much. But do stick around for a little bit longer, because we will drop a raid, just like you guys did that came over from InsertCoin. We will drop a raid onto one of our friends. Pass forward that love. Before that happens, though, Mr. Pip, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us for today's episode of The Scoop. We very much appreciate it. But if you want to help shape the remaining 5 shows next week, there is 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or if you're watching us on any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. All the links you require will be listed below. Old man feet. But all we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time on Monday? Mr. Graham Day.
Well, that will be at 10 a.m.
Obviously.
Ish. 10 a.m. ish. We work video game stuff, so the streams happen when they can happen, so 10 a.m.-ish. A reminder as well that Bibby is not around for the majority of next week, so Scoopage may be on hiatus. We're already quite busy as it is. We said working the video games-ish. We're already quite busy at the moment, so being a man down, the Scoopage might stall next week. We'll keep you updated as the days go. A reminder about stalling, there is no PUBG tomorrow. Instead, we're going to squash in a stream tonight. I am doing some things with the Familia, so the scheduled Saturday stream is not taking place tomorrow. That will be taking place tonight. Bibby will be back on Sunday, though, so do feel free to join us for those 2 streams this weekend. For now, though, stick around for a raid. I mean, I can see Mr. Westicles on. I can see...
Oh, that's good, because I'm trying to load up Twitch and it's just having none of it. So...
I will do it. So I'll sort it out, mate. I'll sort it right here. But yeah, stick around for the raid. We're going to drop a raid on West. He's good people. I've been in the stream this morning. He's been saying good things about us as well, which was nice. He doesn't usually do that, so, you know, it's nice. So do feel free to go over there, drop in, say hello. Not only do we get to help you stream, but you get 250 sprinkles just for going along. So next time you're in our stream, you can get involved, like, I don't know, changing the lights and stuff, whatever. But if you stick around for long enough, you can even buy yourself a free sub, because we're just like that. We just can't like that. That's it from us, though. Have yourselves a beautiful weekend. We hope to see you for our weekend streams. If we don't, we'll see you next week for the Scoop on Monday. Until then, stay frosty!